should be working now. Give it a moment. Here, so sit down.
Is it going to block it?
Block what? Oh,
Here.
the info? We can just turn it off.
No, this. I'm gonna move to this side.
Let me see. So right now, the internet is for some reason being a little iffy. There you go. We'll leave that as live.
And then I need the link, right?
Yes, this link is going to be here.
Okay.
So copy that, and then
Thank you.
paste it to wherever you need to.
Okay.
Go to your. Can I see something really quick? Just pull this off to here. There's one person watching right now.
Hey guys. Give me a second. We're troubleshooting some things right now.
And of course, Charter is being shitty. Poopy. Poopy.
You already said it and it's recorded.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, Kwanians. Please don't hate me.
Just gonna cut it out. There you go. There.
Thank you. Okay, we're gonna start this at about 8:15, so we're just gonna chill for a little bit. Yay! Oh, thanks for reminding me, guys. Okay, so I have like a bajillion monitors here, so I will look at your pretty faces if I could. But if I'm off to the side, it's because I'm trying to figure out screens and all that. But in the meantime, go ahead and do something really quick for me. So I'm going to type a chat or a link in the chat right now, and that's going to be the CKIx. What did I call it again? CKIx HOD.
Webinar attendance.
Thank you. Webinar attendance. Error, try again. What? Does it not let me add links on here?
On where?
Onto the chat for YouTube?
Let's try. Try. Edit and try again. What's the link?
Oh, you have to do that? That sucks.
Maybe tinyurl.com/CKIx webinar attendance. That might be it. And then try again.
That's okay. I have
Okay.
another way of doing it.
Alright.
Thanks, though. Special thanks to Sean Dillon Wynn, past CNH District Governor, for helping me out right now. But
You also don't have to speak that close to the mic. Here.
let's see. So there's going to be a link at the bottom, which you can see right now. It's tinyurl.com. CKIx HOD webinar attendance. That is going to lead you to a Google spreadsheet. So go ahead and fill out your name, district, school, your time in, and that's also going to be serving as our question sheet as well. So if you have any questions and you're not able to post on the YouTube chat, for example, if you don't have a YouTube account or anything like that, that's totally cool. You can put your questions in there, and that's how we will be doing all of our attendance. And for those of you who need to surf or do club event report forms, you can have that right in front of you as well. So you're good. Ka-chow. Yeah.
Apologies for the kind of bad internet. It might be a little bad.
Okay, we're all just gonna troubleshoot this, you guys.
Apologies if the stream is a little slow and buffery, but it's also a webinar, so it's not gonna be that crazy. Hopefully.
Excuse you, we're gonna make it crazy and awesome and fun. Banna says, wow, Sean, what a privilege.
Always. Always.
It's gross. Oh, also, you guys, so because trustees aren't allowed to have social media accounts outside of like Facebook groups, I had to stream this through my personal channel.
Subscribe to her.
I'm not trying to get you guys to just subscribe. That'd be really cool if you guys do. But because shut up. But because of that, we ended up having to use my personal account in order to live stream. So, yeah. Cool. So again, go to that link on the bottom, tinyurl.com, CKIx HOD, webinar attendance, and then go ahead and put your full name, district, school, all that jazz. Is anyone having any issues with it or anything? Oh my god, Banna. Yeah, Sienna's the first one to put it on there. Aside from me, but that's cool. That's cool. Hello, friends. Okay, you guys have about like 2 or 3 more minutes to go ahead and put your name on there. Also, if you are attending tonight's webinar, you also already have an entry for your Spirit Pack giveaway. So thanks for attending, y'all. The link is on the bottom. Do you see it on the screen? There you go. Yeah. YouTube is weird and I can't type links for some reason on the chat. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I can't post the attendance link onto the other pages just because what if someone who's not actually watching ends up putting their attendance on there? So they have to watch the webinar in order to get the link. So don't really share the link with other people unless they're like with you right now. I love you too, Donald. Alright, 1 more minute. Sienna, I think you kind of have to do that now. I'm sorry. Sign in for Lawrence. Hi, Bill. Yay. Can you sing a cover while we wait? Sean, your link didn't show up.
It didn't?
No, it didn't.
Oh, man.
It's okay. It's cool. I have it already on the page, and it's on every slide, so it's cool. Yay. See, yeah, what?
You can keep talking.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh my gosh, it's Sean D. We don't have Sean Dylan to Win fans here. This is a strictly CKI related business.
It's a tiny URL, that's why.
It won't do that because it's tiny URL? That's so whack.
But I can try this.
Wow, they don't like tiny URL. Ugh. Nice. Okay, you guys, so we are going to go ahead and get started. Where did my phone go? Thank you.
That's the link right there.
Oh, okay. Cool, you can click on that link as well. Thanks, San. All right, you guys. So that link is going to stay there for the duration of the of our webinar. If there is a slide that doesn't have that, that's okay. Just go ahead and direct people who are like in the group chat already to go ahead and do the attendance part. And I'll be reminding people every so often to do that. So, yeah. All right, cool. Hi guys, welcome to our CKIx House of Delegates webinar. This is a part of Subregion B week, which is day 2 today. So we're gonna kick things off because I wanted to give you some more information about House of Delegates. For some of you, you've probably either never been to district convention, you've never been to CKIx, or you haven't really dealt with a House of Delegates that is going to be this level. And this is going to be kind of a way for you to get some more information. At the same time, if you know that you have other people from your school, from your district who are attending CKIx, but they're not here, and you think this would be like some sweet information, again, this will be recorded. Unfortunately, just tell them to ignore the first few parts of it because Sean cussed, so you can like, you know, spam him and say that he's a bad person. But go ahead and share this with your peeps as well. I'm going to make a summary resource so that you guys can get the information and pass it on to your members. So cool. All right, so starting off with the webinar overview, these are the things that we're going to be talking about today. It's going to be, the first part is going to be about general CKIx information. So we're going to talk about the event for a little bit. And it's going to encompass the app run through as well. If you have not gone online and downloaded the app, then you should do that as I'm talking, because that would be perfection. And yeah, see this fancy app, if you can see. Wow, so much love, so many people. So go ahead and do that app as I'm talking right now. After that, we're going to talk about caucus and House of Delegates. And there's going to be a Q&A section, or a Q&A section, yes. And then closing thoughts, cool. And then that link over there for everybody to go ahead and do that. So yeah. All right, so let's start off. Hi guys, I'm your host. Thanks for coming to the webinar. If you don't know me, nice to meet you, or if not, we'll officially meet at CKIx, so just go ahead, come by, and say hi to me. I'm probably going to be running around crying and fetal positioning on the floor, but at least I'm not running this year, you guys. I'm not running, so I don't have anything to worry about for like all that caucusing stuff. So if anybody says anything differently than that, they're wrong. Okay, so I go to California State University of Fullerton. I am a health science major, and I am an incoming senior. So yay, class of 2018. And then I'm going right back into grad school. Yay. I have been to CKIx since 2015, and at my first CKIx, I was immediately involved on the international level as a team leader. And throughout the years, I've been on the CKIx planning committee or the LSSP committee twice in a row. So I kind of know a little bit about how CKIx runs, the things that happens behind the scenes, and what really goes down during like all that crazy stuff that happens at CKIx. So hopefully you can get some useful information out of this webinar. I am also your Subregion B trustee. So if you don't know what that is, that's kind of like a lieutenant governor, but for the southwestern part of the United States. So I am in charge of or helping assist the district board as well as the district governors, as well as all of you as members for the California, Nevada, Hawaii district, the Rocky Mountain district, as well as the Southwest district. Yeah. And again, put your attendance in if you haven't. Please do. And if you know somebody who hasn't, but they're on here, put the attendance for them. Thanks. All right, next. Getting into some CKIx general information. If it's your first time, definitely go ahead and download the CKIx app, because that's going to give you a better understanding of what to expect for CKIx. This is the first time that we've ever had the app, so we're getting like technology up in here, you guys. The thing is, everything used to be on paper. So for example, if you're used to your district conventions, all of the programs are handed to you on paper, and if you lose it, well, you're donezo, right? But now, because the CKIx app is online, you will never lose it. And there's going to be Wi-Fi in the hotel, so you don't have to use your data, especially if you're an international person outside of the United States. And you were saving paper. So yay, sustainability plan of CKIx, which we've been trying to help out with. So there's that. If you go onto either the App Store or the Google Play Store, these are the two things that you'll see. It will say 2017 Key Club and CKI Convention, because, oh my God, we're having convention together with Key Club International. So it's going to be a crazy event. And we have some sessions that overlap with them too. But if you want to find more information about that, go ahead and download the app if you haven't already. And there are some exciting things on there. So for example, when you start, you're gonna have to like log in and stuff like that. It'll create an account for you, and I don't think you have to ever like log back in. But it's going to be an Instagram-like feed, so you're gonna see people posting different things. And you guys, there's a competition apparently. So the more you post, the more you like, the more active you are on the app, you get leadership points, and I think you get a prize at the end. So that's really awesome. Again, if you go on there too, here, let me open it up for you. You're going to see a bunch of really cool things. Hopefully you can kind of see that. If not, that's totally cool, because I'm going to say it out for you. You're going to get a copy of the agenda. So if you open that up, that's going to give you a day-by-day play of what's going to happen at CKIx, along with the locations. So if you have any trouble and you are like, oh my God, I missed, I don't know where registration is, I'm at the hotel right now. By the way, all of these things are going to be in our hotel. So unlike previous years where we had to walk 15 minutes from our hotel in the heat to the convention center, we're actually just going down a few floors from our hotel rooms, and there we are. So everything is happening inside our hotel. So if you get lost and you're like asking hotel management for certain locations and things like that, and for some reason you couldn't find the map on the app, that's what you can do. Just ask them and they'll know, because it's right in the hotel. And you're going to have times and all of the cool things that are happening. So there you go. You are also going to get a list of speakers as well. And these speakers are Circle K members, they are Kiwanis members, as well as members outside of the Kiwanis family, and they are professionals. So that's going to give you information about the different workshops that we have available for you this year at CKIx. And that is going to also give you kind of, let's say, a little summary about who that person is, where they're from, and what they are going to be hosting. And what's really cool is that I see a few Subregion B members hosting workshops. So shameless plug. Go ahead and go see them and go to their workshops. Yeah. You're going to see different attractions. So let's say that you have free time and you want to go and see the Alamo, which is about like a 5 to 10 minute walk away from our hotel. You can go ahead and go there, and that's a really cool thing to see. important information is going to be delegate information and all the voting things that you need to figure out. So when you click delegate information, you're going to have a copy of the Circle K International bylaws for reference, the policy code for reference, and you're going to have the delegates packet as well. That's all going to be information about the candidates, information about the proposed amendments, all of that cool stuff. You're also going to see candidate literature as well. So, oh my God, I lost my packet and I don't know where the literature is. It's already on your phone, so you guys are all good. You can even look at the candidate literature during caucusing, and that's going to give you more information about that person, and you know what questions to ask for that candidate. You're also going to be supplied with a caucus schedule. Oh my gosh, so we already know what room we're in and the order of all of the candidates. Surveys, as well as a packing list. So if you don't know what to pack for, that is going to be there as well. But let me give you a little tip. Make sure that you're checking the weather like every few days or so before you head over to CKIx. Before I went in February to scope out San Antonio and prepare for CKIx, a bunch of people told me that it's going to be like 80, 90 degree weather. So we all packed like t-shirts and tank tops and stuff like that. Yeah, when I got there, it was like 50-degree weather with wind chill. And we didn't have like jackets or coats or anything like that. So in the case that that does happen, although we're kind of expecting it to be really hot, so just make sure that you're packing things and you're not going to get overheated and we have to call medics, aka me, and then I have to save you. So just be wary of the heat and all of that stuff, and the packing list for that. And you're going to be indoors for most of the time other than the service portion, so you should be okay when it comes to AC, but just know that you also do need to be packing business clothes as well as casual clothes. Cool? All right. Okay, so let me take a break now and then see what kind of questions you guys have. Some expectations have House of Delegates. We're going to do that. CKIx first timers, be prepared for. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then I'll frequently go back and forth and then try to answer your questions. All right. So next, information about CKI. We call it CKIx because it is the CKI experience. It's the ultimate experience. And I say everybody has to go at least once in their CKI journey, lifetime kind of thing. So congratulations if you're going. If you haven't already, Chicago is waiting for you in 2018. This is International Convention, and pretty much it's like your district convention. If you're from a large district, it's going to be kind of smaller. But if you're from a smaller district, it's going to be bigger than what you're used to. Overall, we have over 300 attendees. And we're going to be jam-packed together with everybody in like general sessions. And you're going to be serving with them throughout San Antonio as well. And it's going to be big because we're also sharing some sessions with Key Club International. So make sure that you guys communicate with your clubs, your OTIC chairs, your onto international convention chairs, your governors, and me if you have questions and things like that, so that you're not lost, because it's going to be a lot of people in one place. CKIx is going to, of course, encompass our tenets of service, leadership, and fellowship. In terms of service, we are having a day of service with our leadership teams. So those are going to be the teams that we're going to spend the entire week with. They're kind of like our family, and we're spread into, you can say, houses like Harry Potter style or different tribes, things like that. And we're going to be doing service with them. So first of all, you guys, make sure that you guys bring closed-toed shoes to go to service. I don't know why, but a bunch of people last year thought that they didn't need it, so they wore sandals to service, and they kind of weren't supposed to do that because they would get turned away from volunteers. So a few of the CKIx members and I ran around trying to find shoes for people. So please bring closed-toed shoes. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, next is going to be leadership. Of course, that's the workshops that we were talking about earlier. And fellowship as well. You're going to be having a lot of fun activities to do with your teams. And you're going to be meeting a lot of different people from not only the United States, but Panama, Jamaica, just the Caribbeans in general. You're going to be seeing people from just all over the place, Aruba, for example. So you're going to make a lot of friends. So get your friendship face on, guys. Cool. Now, in terms of caucusing. All right. You already have the caucus schedule, again, on the app, so you have all this information, but Subregion B is going to be in Crockett B. So if you need to remember that, just remember the Alamo. Yay. And remember you're in Subregion B, so you're totally good. For the first round, it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 12:20 p.m. Hopefully we stay on schedule. That would be amazing. If not, we're going to run into a little bit of issues, which is why we might have multiple rounds. And also the caucus leaders, or the people who are going to be in charge of, for example, timing and making sure that things are going to be on task, and making sure that questions are going to be appropriate questions. Those are going to be the trustee, which is me, as well as the 17 and 18 governors. So you're going to see Lawrence, you're going to see Laura, and you're going to see Sam up there. And we're going to be your leaders for that room. Let's go over the international board positions. So this is pretty similar to the caucus that you all might be familiar with when it comes to district convention. People come into the room, they have a certain amount of time to speak. And the international board positions are the president, the vice president, and the trustees. And that's the subregion trustees, and that's the trustee at large. So I'm going to go through a little bit of the responsibilities. Basically, the presidents are going to be the ones who, I guess this would be very synonymous to a district governor's responsibilities. However, this time on the president's level, you need to work with the Kiwanis staff very closely. You're also going to be in charge of running the international board. You're also going to be in charge of working with the governors. So the governors are kind of like your babies. And you are pretty much going to be running the whole thing. So that's a little bit about presidency. In terms of vice president is traditionally the ones who are taking care of minutes for the board meetings. They're also in charge of creating board books. So that's a way for the trustees, as well as the different international committees, that's how they can disseminate information and give you updates about what's happening on the international level in terms of the administrative side. Vice presidents are also in charge of releasing the CKI Weekly, which is a weekly publication, and you can sign up with that like a mailing list. So you would get information, updates from different clubs, different news for CKI, and that's kind of like a newsletter mailing list that goes out every week. Again, CKI Weekly. Oh my God. And they, again, will also be in charge of the different committees. So they're pretty much the ones who make sure that the committees are going well. So committees, things like CKIx, awards, service, K family, international expansion, M&M, governing docs, service. I don't know if I said that already, but we have a whole bunch of cool committees and you guys can join that. But the vice president is going to be in charge of overseeing all of those different committees. In terms of trustees, again, subregion trustees are like your lieutenant governors, but they're for a specific region within the CKI international, basically. And the trustee at large is the person who's going to take care of primarily the clubs that are undistricted, or they are the clubs that are outside of the United States. And hopefully we can even charter or reactivate some of the new some of the clubs that are outside of the United States. So that's a very, very cool thing. And again, all of those individuals serve on the international board. And all of the international board positions are elected positions. We do not have appointed positions. That means that you guys have a very important responsibility in being knowledgeable about who you are going to elect. And that's why caucus is such an important part of CKIx for all of you to attend and to be there on time and to not be sleeping during caucus. Thanks, guys. I will catch you and I will make you do something embarrassing. All right. Continue with the caucus interview. From what I see right now on the caucus schedule, each candidate is going to have 8 minutes to either do an introduction, maybe have someone introduce them. They can give a speech about, you know, here's me, here are my goals, things like that. Let me talk about it more in depth with you. And Q&A. So that means that you guys, the CKIx attendees, are going to be able to ask them any questions that you want within reason, and I will explain the within reason part in a little bit. In terms of the tips on how to be a pretty much efficient and successful caucus member, and remember, you guys are part of a service leadership organization that is the largest service or collegiate student-led service organization in the world, right? So you have that responsibility now at CKIx to make sure that you are an educated voter. And I know you're like, oh my God, it's like elections, like the United States, blah, blah, blah. No, but this is really serious because, again, we have that direct power to go ahead and elect the people who we trust for the incoming year. And those are the people who have the responsibility of serving us. So if you take this time as a voter to slack off, then you are, one, not representing your district, which is the reason why you're going to CKIx, and you're going to be attending caucus and everything like that. So you just need to be informed. And if you're not going to CKIx, you better make sure that whoever is from your club is going to be representing you well. And if you don't have anybody from your club attending, go ahead and ask your governor, your anti-international convention chairs, or maybe me, but since I'm a caucus leader, I'm not trying to like be biased and stuff like that. But if you have questions, I can help you out. But make sure that you are well represented for those of you who are not attending CKIx. For those of you who are attending CKIx, you have a responsibility, and serious moment, I expect you guys to be A+. Subregion B, you are an incredible subregion, and I do not want to see any of you slacking when it comes to caucusing and House of Delegates, and I want you to treat it seriously, okay? You guys are the example. You guys are the largest subregion in the, in CKI world, so we have that expectation coming in, and I have that expectation for you, and I will stare you down during caucus and House of Delegates if anything happens. I will see you. Okay, cool. So being an informed delegate, look at their literature and make sure that you're going through and reading everything, and you're going to talk to your districts about it, for example, and have a discussion about that. You're going to talk to your clubs and have a discussion about that. Just make sure that you guys are pretty much on the same page. Some people might have personal, let's say that you don't know a candidate very well, and then somebody else has maybe experience on how they've worked with that person, or they have experience from a separate district, and they're like, I've worked with this person on the international committee, or I've worked with this person because they're from my district, and you can provide valuable information for them. But I want you to also be fair. So you come up with pros, you're gonna also come up with cons. And again, don't just vote for your friends. These are the people who are gonna be representing you, and just take it seriously, and separate the personal relationships versus like the business and professional relationships. All right, cool. That's going to mean that you are going to get to formulate questions, and I expect a lot of questions out of you guys. Again, you're going to have time at the end of the person's, whoever that candidates is, their please come informed. Yes. They're going to want you to ask questions. And I say this for candidates too. They are going to want you to ask questions, and you want to give them answers. Why? If they don't have any questions, that means that they are not interested and they have not done any research on you to be able to learn more about you. So take this as a time as a candidate, for your constituents to get to know who you are. And you want to be able to express all of the ideas that you can, to make sure that you are going to be, you put in so much hard work for this, so make sure that you're expressing all that you can with your ideas, with your goals. And that's for you guys too, delegates. Make sure that you're asking questions, because if you're uninformed and you're like, Dang it, at House of Delegates, I should have asked them this question. It's probably going to be too late. So there you go. Okay. House of Delegates overview. All right, so we went through 2 hours of caucusing and all of that stuff. By the way, you guys, I was elections chair for CNH's elections. I think our caucuses were for like 3, 4 hours, 5 hours or so. We're scaling it down to 2 at CKIx, so please be awake for all of the 2 hours. I really appreciate that. And if we feel that we need to go into discussion as a subregion, which is what happened last year, then make sure that you come informed about all of that. And be ready to discuss. Again, we're a subregion, we're a family. I don't want to see this like blah, 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 kind of thing. I want subregion B to be knowledgeable about who it votes for. Okay, cool. I can't tell you guys enough. Be informed and discuss. Okay, cool. Once you walk into the House of Delegates, you're going to be separated by different districts. But I think you should be in separate subregions as well. I was in the peanut gallery, and the last time I voted was like 2015, so it's a little while. But that's primarily how it's going to be. And you guys, so all of you have had ballot voting in subregion B. I know, because I helped out with all the elections. Oh my God. But it's going to be digital voting. That means that each person is going to be given an eye clicker for free, guys. And you're going to cast your votes using the clicker. So no one's going to be having to like collect ballots and stuff like that. No one's going to be having to like wait 5 years to count ballots. And then if you guys have a runoff, you're not going to take more time to do that. I think House of Delegates, I attended a recent House of Delegates that lasted for like 3 hours. So yay, digital voting, awesomeness. First, we're going to start off with bylaw amendments. That's going to be on the next slide, and I'll give you more information about that. But basically, the bylaw amendments, usually there is always at least one. This year, unfortunately, it's just one. Last year, there were like 10, but that's cool. Bylaw amendments mean that you want to make changes to the governing document, which is the CKI bylaws or the international bylaws. Usually the bylaws are submitted by pretty much like any individual. So in this case, it's going to be a district that has done it this year. It's been by individuals. It's been by international board members, things like that. But these are amendments that were submitted by your peers, your cohorts, your family members from CKI. So please be respectful of all of that stuff. So we're going to start off with that, and then after that, we'll do international board elections, starting off with the international presidents. And then we will, of course, we will continue down the list, VP, trustees, and then people, of course, are allowed to drop down. So if they end up dropping down, that means we might have to do another round of caucusing, or we will do caucusing right during House of Delegates. So it's going to be pretty exciting. It's going to be a long time for House of Delegates. So make sure that you guys come with, like, take your potty breaks beforehand, eat your meals beforehand, and come prepared. Oh, I see a question. When are we allowed to haze the candidates? You are never allowed to haze the candidate. You are never allowed to. I'm going to say that again. You are never allowed to, just so that I don't get in trouble. Okay? Cool. Oh, also, I forgot to touch on this, but when it comes to Q&A, be respectful of the questions that you guys have. Don't ask them, for example, this was an actual question that was said during an election that I went to. This person stood up and said, historically, in this club, you have been very unprofessional. You have not shown any leadership skills whatsoever. Why should we vote for you? And that was literally a question. And of course, as you can tell, that question got shot down and was dismissed. So in that case, the caucus leaders would come in and be like, that is not appropriate, things like that. Stay away from things like religion. Stay away from things that will not have an impact when it comes to CKI. So for example, let's say that you guys got into a fight or something like that and you were biffles for life. had something happen, yeah, don't bring stuff like that up. But as a delegate, you are more than welcome to talk about any professional things that are going to relate to that candidate. Okay? So no hazing. Awesome possum. Nice. So on to the proposed bylaw amendments. This has been brought up by the Florida district. And this is verbatim for a portion of the amendment that they had. And if you want to see the entire thing, this is already in your delegate literature thing. So what the underlying part is what the Florida district wants to include. So for example, an international officer may be removed from office for just cause by affirmative vote of 2/3 of all members of the International CKI Board of Trustees duly elected and serving at the time, with the exception of the member in question. So, Florida District is saying that in the case that an international board member is up for removal and there is like kind of like a trial that happens or a hearing, and they need 2/3 of the vote from the trustees and the board in order to say whether or not that officer is able to serve or no longer serve as an international board member. Florida district is saying that they do not want that member in question to have a vote or to have a say. So we're not going to fight about it now. Go ahead and talk to your members, and whoever is going to be representing you, go ahead and talk to them and give them your input on how you feel about it. But that's pretty much the proposed bylaw amendment for the Circle K International bylaws this year. We only have one, so hopefully there's not too much argument, but I feel like there is. How do arguments go down when it comes to the House of Delegates? All right, so there are going to be 2 sides or 2 microphones and like 2 sides, right? So it's like pros and cons. So once that proposed bylaw amendment is brought up, then people from the House of Delegates, so anybody from the House of Delegates, can come to the microphone, be called upon by the chair, or in this case, it would be the international president, and you kind of give your spiel about what you think. So I'm seeing some questions now. No, you cannot bring food into the caucus room. You're allowed to bring water, I think, but you're not allowed to bring food. And I think that's like the importante question that people are wanting to know. So yeah. Oh, thanks, Lawrence. I don't know what I said, but yes, bylaw amendment. Awesome possum. So you're going to be able to step up to the microphone and represent your people. So that means I expect you to come up with something informative and constructive and productive and educational to say about the bylaw amendments. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. And in order for this proposed bylaw amendment to pass, it needs 2/3 of the vote from the House of Delegates. So you guys have the power to go ahead and like yay, nay it, but also take into account the people that are going to be speaking and providing different viewpoints. All right? Cool, cool. Okay, and again, if you are just attending this webinar, go ahead and type in the tiny URL that you see on the bottom of your screen, and that's going to be how we're taking attendance. As well as if you don't have a YouTube account, then you're more than welcome to type questions in that Google spreadsheet. All right, cool. So that is, we're coming to the end of the webinar, and just a little spiel. So Tuesday, which is today, was the CKIx House of Delegates webinar at 8 p.m. So tomorrow we're going to be recognizing all of the people, thanks Sean, we're going to be recognizing all of the people from the different committees that have been representing Subregion B as well as our districts throughout the year. On Thursday, we're going to talk about the favorite memory / service project that you have And you're more than welcome to post pictures and or do just comments and things like that on the Subregion B Week 2017 event page. And if you're not already following that, go ahead and go to the CKI Subregion B Facebook group. And if you're not already following that, follow it. Okay, cool. Appreciate y'all. And then on International Fellowship, that's just going to be a way for us to reach out to people outside of our district, within our subregion, outside of our subregion, and you're just going to share some fun memories that you had with them as a last day to celebrate like fellowship. Yeah. Okay, more closing thoughts. If you ever have any questions or anything like that, go ahead and feel free to email me at subregionbtrustee.cky@gmail.com. I'm the only one who has access to it, so you're more than welcome to like go and ask me questions, maybe not personal ones. Thanks. And also, you're onto international convention chairs. So from CNH, that's going to be Carl Yabes. From RMD, I don't know if there's an international convention chair, but that responsibility will go on to the governor. So that's going to be Sam Leshikar. And for Southwest, that's Banna Tesfaye. That's Tesfaye, not Tesfee, you guys. Just so you guys know. If you say it the wrong way, then she's going to be very mad at you. So yeah. Also, if you have questions, go ahead and contact your governors as well. So from CNH, Lawrence Sahagan, RMD, Sam Leshkar, and from Southwest, Laura Belmont, and all the different ways that you can reach the people who can get your questions answered. So yeah. While that's happening, let's go on to some questions. Oh, whoops. Sorry, guys. Okay. So what are some expectations to have for House of Delegates? Hopefully I answered that, but if I really haven't, then go ahead and put in any other questions that you have in terms of House of Delegates. In terms of how big are the teams this year, that's a really good question. I need to double check the roster. I don't even know if we have a roster. I can go ahead and ask them. But usually we have about 15 to 20 people within each team. So that's the traditionally kind of thing that we would look for. Sometimes it depends on the project sites too. So for example, if it's like a smaller place, they're going to be like, oh, we only need 10 people. If it's going to be a larger place, they're going to be like, yeah, we need lots and lots of people. So those are where the groups of like 20 will go to. So first time CKIx attendees, hopefully I've answered that question a little bit. Go ahead and be sure to download that app. That's going to be an amazing resource for you. And of course, I think we might have some pictures from last year. I don't know if we have like video recaps. That'd be really cool. Hey, Banna, we should record and do video recaps for next year so people know how to CKIx. Yeah, how to CKIx. So if you guys have any other questions, just let me know. Oh, some other things as well. CKIx is a CKI event, so no drugs, no alcohol, no things that would get you in trouble. Yeah, just don't do that. Okay, thanks. I appreciate y'all. And then whatever happens after CKIx is going to be whatever is in your district bylaws. But I'm sure your governors will be talking to all of you about those specific things that you cannot do according to your district. But if you're not familiar with that, just let me know and I'll talk to y'all about it.